जय हिंद दोस्तों, कैसे हैं आप। और मैं हूं आरव मित्तल और आपका स्वागत करता हूं हमारे YouTube चैनल पर। और आज व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी अ मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक दैट इज यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड. So this video will be a short video about the Uniform Civil Code, in which I will clear you about the basic meaning of the Uniform Civil Code being in the heat in the current days in the newspapers. So we need to understand about the Uniform Civil Code. First of all, we need to understand in which part of the Constitution is the Uniform Civil Code. So, Uniform Civil Code is in Part 4 of the Constitution. It is in Part 4 of the Constitution, that is the Article 44. The Uniform Civil Code is a DPSP. We know that Directive Principle of State Policy, DPSP, is a Directive Principle of State Policy under the Article 44 of the Constitution. The Constitution in Article 44 requires the state to strive to secure its citizen a uniform civil code throughout India, but till date no action has been taken in this regard. What is the need for the government to implement the Uniform Civil Code? So we'll understand. First of all, in order to understand the Uniform Civil Code, we'll have some basic meaning. In the Uniform Civil Code. Alright, first of all, we need to understand the meaning of code. What is a code? As we know that different types of laws are pertaining all over the India, different types of laws, different types of personal laws, different types of criminal laws are being there for different type of people. For example, in Hindu, there is different law of the marriage, and in Muslims there is different law of the marriage. So these are the rules that are being pertaining all over the India. So these rules are not written somewhere. So in order to maintain the uniformity, we need to write this to prevent any further conflict, to prevent the conflict, to ensure the equality among the citizens as being granted under the Article 14 of the Constitution. So that is the reason we need to secure the Uniform Civil Code. So code is just a meaning of writing the different types of rules pertaining in a systematized way. All right, then meaning of civil. What is civil? What is the meaning of civil? I will make you clear this meaning. Civil. We are having two types of things: civil as well as criminal. All right, civil and criminal. Civil and criminal. Civil and criminal. Then, what is in civil? Civil matters deal with the personal matters. Personal matters. For example, X person. For example, there is a person X who has sealed the property of Y. Then it is a civil matter. Whereas, if X person has killed the Y, if X person has killed the Y, then it is a criminal case. So this is the difference between the civil as well as criminal matters. In the civil matters, what is the heed? In the civil matters deal with the family matters. Family, like marriage, inheritance, divorce, alimony, that is guzara bhatta, maintenance, that can be guardianship of the child, that can be property, inheritance, succession, and this is was first family laws that comes under the civil matters. Then second is the property. Second is a property of inheritance, succession, that who is the person who will inherit its father properties or mother properties. All right, then we are having some torts that are mostly considered to be as civil matters, like the negligence, that is, for example, if a person does not pay a heed to its children, that comes under this case. Then we can have the case of the defamation, that is manhani. All right, defamation case. So these are the some type of civil matters. So in Uniform Civil Code, civil matters pertain to the family matters of inheritance, succession, divorce, alimony, maintenance, guardianship. So these are all the matters because of which are creating the problem. I make you understand more clear. For example, in Hindu code, in Hindu laws, there is that a person can have only one marriage, whereas in Muslim law, there is person that can have four marriage. there is person that can have 4 marriage. So this is creating the discrimination against the women of Hindu and Muslim. Why? Because in if a Hindu man marriages more than one wife, have more than one wife, then a woman is having the power to give him into the jail. Whereas a Muslim woman is not having the power, and his husband is entitled to have 4 wives. So this is creating the discrimination. This is only the one aspect of the Uniform Civil Code. There are thousands of aspects of the Uniform Civil Code. Like we are not having the equal status. We are having the special status for Nagaland, for Tripura, Manipur, Mizoram, different types of states which are creating the discrimination. There are different types of personal rules that are been pertaining all over the India. So that is the reason why we need to implement the Uniform Civil Code. Then meaning of uniform. We have understood the meaning of civil as well as code. Now we need to understand the meaning of uniform. Uniform does not mean that all the persons of India need to have same height or same color of the skin. That is not the meaning of Uniform Civil Code. The uniform means not absolute homogeneity. Absolute homogeneity is not good. But what is the meaning of uniform? Uniform means cutting down those things. मतलब ऐसी चीजों को बाहर निकाल देना जो डिस्क्रिमिनेशन क्रिएट करती है. ठीक है. यूनिफॉर्म का ये मतलब है कि सारे लोग एक जैसे रहें, किसी में डिस्क्रिमिनेशन ना हो, हर व्यक्ति के लिए इक्वल ही लॉज हो. सो दिस इज द मीनिंग ऑफ यूनिफॉर्म. नाउ 4 ways of implementing the Uniform Civil Code. First of all, we can have absolute Uniform Civil Code. मतलब we should retain the diversity, we should allow the diversity. जैसे चल रहा है वैसे चलने दें. ठीक है. दूसरा है कि यूसीसी को इंप्लीमेंट करें, पर जो ऐसी चीजें हैं जो डिस्क्रिमिनेशन क्रिएट कर रही हैं उनको काट दें. जो चीजें डिस्क्रिमिनेशन कर रही हैं उसको काट दें. जहाँ थर्ड है यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड हम लेके आए, पर जो अच्छी चीजें हैं उसको हम रखें. ठीक है. तो ऐसे मैटर्स में हम यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड अप्लाई कर सकते हैं. अब हम समझेंगे कि यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड का मैटर का कहाँ मैटर्स में प्रॉब्लम आ रही है. आप देखिए, so in the Uniform Civil Code, Article 44 requires the state to strive a Uniform Civil Code, which is a DPSP. DPSP means what the state should do in the future. It is not justiciable in court of law. As we know that DPSP are not justiciable in court of law. So Article 44, that is Uniform Civil Code, is not justiciable in court of law. Different types of case pertaining to the Shah Bano case, Shaira Bano case, that we will understand in the further classes. So we are having the Shaira Bano case, Shah Bano case, like the Shah Bano case, in which she claimed that her husband is having the 3 wives or giving the triple talaq. So these are the matters pertaining all over. All right. Now we want to understand the next meaning. Uniform Civil Code seeks to replace, understand this briefly, Uniform Civil Code seeks to replace the personal laws like marriage, inheritance, succession, based on the scriptures and customs of each major religion community in India with the common set of rules governing every citizen. Means we should replace the personal laws, take out the good elements from the personal laws, but eliminate those personal laws that create the discrimination and implement a Uniform Civil Code for every citizen, that is governing every citizen within the territory of India. All right. We are having personal laws like marriage, divorce, inheritance come under the concurrent list. All right. There are different types of laws that are being made for the Hindu. All right. We are having different types of code bills. Code bills that come specification is like the Hindu Marriage Act of 1935. See, for bringing the uniformity in the Hindus. इवन इन हिंदूस, मतलब हिंदू में भी बहुत सारी डाइवर्सिटी है. कोई हिंदू लोग इस भगवान जी को फॉलो करते हैं, कोई हिंदू लोग उस भगवान जी को फॉलो करते हैं. तो इसीलिए बहुत सारी डाइवर्सिटी है, जिसके कारण हर व्यक्ति का मैरिज करने का अपना तरीका है. हिंदू में भी तो हिंदू को एक करने के लिए हिंदू मैरिज एक्ट लेके आए गए, हिंदू सक्सेशन एक्ट लाए गए, हिंदू माइनॉरिटी एंड गार्डियनशिप एक्ट, हिंदू एडॉप्शन एंड मेंटेनेंस एक्ट. ये सारे आर्टिकल हैं 1956 के. ठीक है. ऑन द अदर हैंड मुस्लिम पर्सनल लॉ स्टिल अनमॉडिफाइड. मतलब हिंदू का जो लॉज है, हिंदू बिल के लॉ है, वो बहुत मॉडर्नाइज हो चुके हैं गवर्नमेंट के द्वारा. पर जो मुस्लिम लोग हैं, मुस्लिम लोग मानते नहीं हैं. उनके पर्सनल लॉज हैं, 4 वाइफ्स हो सकती हैं उनकी. उनका एक जो लॉ फॉलो करते हैं उसका नाम है शरीयत. वो औरंगजेब के टाइम पे बना था, जिसे हम कहते हैं शरीयत का कानून. ठीक है. शरीयत का कानून हम कहते हैं जिसे. Then on the other hand, Muslim personal laws are still primarily unmodified, creates a discrimination like Shariat of 1937 and different types of laws. It clears that state in the matters of personal disputes, the state shall not intervene. What is the meaning of it? Matlab, if there is a dispute in the internal matters of the Muslims, alright, so the state, the country is not having the power to intermingle in the personal matters of them. So this will create automatically the discrimination, which will violate the fundamental right of Article 14, alright, which is granted to every citizen. What is the need for uniform civil code? For promote communalism, for justice, equality among the women, a right to equality and justice in the court, irrespective of the religion in the matters of pertaining the marriage, divorce. We are having the Shah Bano case, we are having the Shaiba Bano case. Then what is the need for implementing? What are the challenges that is associated with the UCC? अब देखिए, अब हमें समझना पड़ेगा चैलेंजेस क्या आ रहे हैं, इसको कौन से लोग रोक रहे हैं, चैलेंजेस क्या आ रहे हैं. देखिए, फ्रीडम ऑफ रिलीजन गेट इन द कॉन्फ्लिक्ट ऑफ द राइट टू इक्वालिटी. अब हम कहते हैं कि हमें यूसीसी लेके आना है तो हर व्यक्ति के लिए एक जैसे ही कानून माने जाएंगे, पर हमारे पास एक फंडामेंटल राइट है जिसे हम कहते हैं 25 और 26. 25 lays down that individual fundamental right to religion, मतलब हर व्यक्ति के पास अपने धर्म का प्रचार करने का, प्रोफेस प्रोपगेट करने का अधिकार है. प्लस 26B के आधार पर जो फंडामेंटल राइट क्या है, the state is the religion is having the power to maintain its own matters of the religion, means the people of a particular religion like Muslims are having the power to maintain their internal matters. So this will create automatically the discrimination. Alright, so that is a reason, a widespread number of reasons that is beyond the imaginable words, which cannot be written down here, are pertaining all over the India related to the Uniform Civil Code. So these are the needs for the Uniform Civil Code. And then we need to maintain the equality for the Uniform Civil Code, so that there should be equal justice. The fundamental rights and the right to religion should go hand to hand. There should be no discrimination on the basis of the religion. All the people should follow the religion in a way that should not harm the integrity of another person's. So these are the way for implementing the Uniform Civil Code. Alright, then we are having the social political challenges in the name of the uniformity. अब एक बात क्या आती है कि जो माइनॉरिटीज हैं, जैसे सिख है, जैन है, बुद्ध हैं, वो लोग क्या फील करेंगे कि अगर यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड आया तो बड़े लोगों का, जैसे मुस्लिम्स का, हिंदूज का लॉ डोमिनेट करेगा, उनका जो माइनॉरिटी का कल्चर है वो दब जाएगा. जैसे नागालैंड में उनको 371B के तहत एक बहुत स्टेटस मिला हुआ है कस्टमरी लॉज को प्रोटेक्ट करने का, ठीक है. तो जिसके लिए माइनॉरिटीज डरते हैं कि उनका जो कल्चर है, ट्रेडिशंस हैं, जो कस्टमरी लॉज जो पहले के और जो नए मॉडर्नाइज हो रहे हैं वो दब जाएंगे, इसीलिए वो कहते हैं कि यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड नहीं आना चाहिए. अब देखिए, यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड से क्या आ सकता है, नेशनल इंटीग्रेशन आ सकती है, लोगों के बीच में सॉलिडिटी की भावना आ सकती है, यूनिटी की भावना आ सकती है, imperative for both the protection of the vulnerable section of society as well as the women and religious minorities, for promotion of national unity and solidarity and simplification of the laws. There are different types of laws being followed. So for ease of the work of the Supreme Court, ease of the work of the High Court as well as the subordinate courts, as well as for the entire governance of the country, Uniform Civil Code is required for the simplification of the laws. UCC will eliminate the overlapping laws being pertaining all over the India, as well as simplified the legal system. We'll have the establishment of a secular society. Will be no discrimination, as well as the UCC will de-link laws from religion, which is very desirable objective to achieve a secular socialist pattern of a society, as well as moreover it fulfills the constitutional mandates under the Article 44, which is the directive principles of the state policy. Then the right of women are usually limited, the family laws of the matters of the people create the discrimination. So in order to eliminate this discrimination, to secure a gender justice, we need to implement the UCC. Alright, so what is the way forward? What is the way forward? Way forward is that the social transformation from diverse civil code to uniformity shall be gradual and cannot be in a day. मतलब अगर हमें यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड को इम्प्लीमेंट करना है तो एक दिन में नहीं आ सकता, हमें बहुत टाइम चाहिए और हमें प्रोसीजर के साथ फॉलो करना पड़ेगा कि पहले यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड है. ऐसे नहीं है कि हमारे देश में यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता, कई मैटर्स में करता है. जैसे एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है, एक आईपीसी है, एक सीआरपीसी है, कोड ऑफ क्रिमिनल प्रोसीजर, इंडियन पेनल कोड, और डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ लॉज पर्टेनिंग टू द क्रिमिनल मैटर्स, सिविल मैटर्स. तो इसमें इक्वालिटी है, इसमें यूसीसी है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हमारे देश में एक है. जो क्रिकेट की टीम खेलती है उसमें इंटीग्रिटी है, उसमें यूसीसी है, पर हमें बहुत सारे लॉस में डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ मैटर्स नीड टू बी इंक्लूडेड इन द अम्ब्रेला ऑफ द यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड. All right, that is the reason we need to maintain the equality, liberty, as well as justice. The word uniform here does not means that the communities must be governed by the uniform principles of gender justice and human justice. मतलब यूनिफॉर्म का मतलब क्या है? यूनिफॉर्म का मतलब है कि कम्युनिटीज को मस्ट बी ग्रांटेड. देखिए, यूनिफॉर्म हियर मीन्स दैट कम्युनिटीज मस्ट बी गवर्न्ड बाय यूनिफॉर्म प्रिंसिपल्स of gender justice and human justice. We should follow the principles of natural justice, natural liberty, sorry, and uniform principles of gender justice and human equality in the modernized as well as humanization way, in a more systematized way, for the benefit of entire humanity, as well as common law but different personal laws based on principles of equality, liberty, justice, and keeping the political consideration to eliminate the discriminatory laws. All right. So UCC must carve a balance between the protection of fundamental rights. See, UCC carve a balance between the protection of the fundamental rights as well as the religious dogmas of individuals. ऐसे UCC implement करना चाहिए कि it should strike a balance between the fundamental rights as well as the private laws, personal laws of the people. So it should be code which is just and proper according to the original prudence, without any bias and regards to religion and political consideration. ठीक है, तो ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है यूसीसी लेके आने के लिए. और यूसीसी क्यों हीड में है? क्योंकि 2014 में नरेंद्र मोदी जी की सरकार ने मैनिफेस्टो में पेश किया था कि अगर हम जीते तो हम देश में यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड लेके आएंगे, देश को मजबूत करेंगे. तो दोस्तों, आज की हमारी वीडियो यही एंड करती हैं. अगर आपको वीडियो पसंद आई हो तो सब्सक्राइब करिए, लाइक करिए और चैनल को शेयर करिए. थैंक यू.